Top of the morning to you.
I'm leaving that. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Gonna do another little quick update for you. We had a busy day today, and we had a ton to get done, so it wasn't really a priority to film a lot of that stuff, but this way we'll get you caught up. How are you?
Good. Standy.
Doing well these days?
Yeah.
This is all that's left of our tomatoes that we're continuing to harden off out here, getting used to the outside. The rest we'll have to show you here in a second. I don't know if where each of you live, if you guys get Orioles at your house, but if you just leave out some orange slices like this, the Orioles, I'll insert a picture right here of what those look like, but they're really pretty birds that we can get here in Michigan, but they got a sweet tooth. So we're definitely in full spring here in Michigan now, so you can see our redbud trees are kind of starting to go, that like really beautiful purple. The lilac bushes here and over there are starting to put leaves on, which means the flowers are soon to come. Oak trees and the maple trees in the yard are, you know, starting to put on leaves. We are in full spring. I think some of you guys know, I used to have this like awesome just lawn in the backyard. We had to have some work done on our foundation this past fall, like right around when Bear was born, so they had to dig all that out, and the company ended up spreading a bunch of fill sand in our lawn, even though that wasn't the plan, so we had to then pay and get some dirt. I don't want to get into the details of that, it's kind of a bad experience, but we're in the process of putting some topsoil down that we have a big pile in our driveway and reseeding and watering that. But yeah, the backyard is coming back. It is just like sort of nice at like sundown, you know?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Look at this bumblebee right there. Yep, see, there he is. I don't know if you can see him buzzing around right there. So I don't know if I showed this actually, but this used to be a really thick, like kind of bushy, like wooded patch over here. We eventually want to put like some more better landscaping, maybe like some small shrubs or flowers or things like that in there, but step one was kind of getting this cleared out. So we got that one done. The up here by the front shed was done. And then I'm in the process of clearing out this back corner. I don't know, that corner just screams boy fort to me in the future, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah? You gonna make forts and stuff? Yeah. So it's close to bedtime for Bear right now, so this is initiating nighttime sequence. First it's this and story time and bedtime. So if you guys haven't seen the garden yet, this is our garden. It is a about 18 foot by 33 foot garden bed. That plans for that originally was to account for some other spaces over here that we have since rethought. But yes, this is the garden, all of it. So obviously I bought the fence and the posts, but the 4x4s and the gate is all reclaimed or just like hardware that we had sitting around, so that's cool. All right, so let's go in the gate here. The crops are coming up, like the lettuce is really starting to bounce back after being transplanted and starting to get a little bigger. Same with the arugula, some of them are starting to take off. A few of them got a little nipped. Carrots are getting bigger. Everybody's looking good. This actually used to be the bed where we had our cucumbers, but if you follow me over on Instagram, you guys knew that that last frost that we have, that we had about a week ago, we did lose all of the cucumbers. First in the second coldest night, and then the most coldest night, we lost the last. Wow, blah, 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 blah. The last coldest night, we lost the remaining 2. So we actually planted 3 rows of spinach here, and then basically this whole area will be our leafy greens. We did have spinach here, and we only have 1 left. We lost 2 to the cold. We lost both of our peppers that were there. We planted our 1 little garlic guy over there, and then all of this is planted with sweet peppers. Still waiting for them to germinate though. So then this is our red Russian kale, and we have some of that's coming up, a couple in each, which is really cool. The edamame doesn't look great. Zucchini, no promise there yet. Some of the tomatoes, one of them is starting to sprout, and then the spinach and salad lettuce is also coming up. So then this is the real project side today. So the goal today was to get tomatoes and onions in the ground. We are going to be replacing the cucumbers, but we're going to be relocating them. I'm trying this like staggered approach with the tomatoes to see and test to see if we can keep them in a more tighter packed area so we don't have to have as many rows, but they maintain enough airflow. This bed right here is our green onions that we put in, more tomatoes, and then in this space we're gonna have one more fairly wide row that we're gonna put a bunch of yellow and white onions, and then where we're gonna try to put the replacement cucumbers is actually seed them in a thin row with just a little bit of wood chips, not as a walkway, but just enough to grow them up a little, and then we can actually try to use the fence as the trellis for the cucumbers. How do you like this plan?
Love it.
Sounds promising, huh?
Yes.
The last thing that we were actually just discussing today we may have to do, because we do have some more seeds coming, so things like pumpkins we still want to get in the ground. I have marigold seeds coming. So marigolds, if you don't know, are actually a really good like natural pest deterrent from your tomatoes. And I'm debating planting them actually in the garden, like amongst the tomatoes, or actually putting them all the way around the outside perimeter of the garden as just like a general pest deterrent. But obviously pests can just fly up and over, so I don't know if it would actually work. But let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that, like what the proximity to the other plants would have to be for marigolds if you've ever planted them before. So Allison wanted me to remind you of one more thing, so why don't you introduce us here?
So to your left, this is our little friend, Harold.
This is Harold, and if you don't understand the reference there, sorry, maybe, I suppose you need to read a particular child's novel series. Small critter deterrent. So putting the owl in here and we just move him every so often keeps the potential robber critters at bay.
Yeah, but funny story, we actually had a bird land on top of him, so that game might be blown now.
That cover was blown for that moment and that day.
Yeah, hopefully switching positions has put the illusion back that this thing is real.
Could be real, he's just very still. But as I started to allude to a second ago, we may be actually expanding the garden already. You know, we definitely want to see how this thing goes, like year one, but based on what we want to grow, particularly the viney stuff, like talk about like what, pumpkins, we talked about more cucumbers, different types of cucumbers, stuff like that, watermelon, right? More viney stuff that need a little bit more space. Potentially, I don't know if you can see this, but like between these posts here that actually are the, there you go, my Vanna White one. But in this place, we'd actually just open that up, keep most of the gate there in case we want to use that as a future trellis, but then just expand the perimeter out on that side. If I was to honestly redo this, so I know this is just like a very sherry vlog, so if I'll probably have to make a new video just completely dedicated to this, but if I was to redo this bed, you've been seeing in some areas like down here, there is some vegetation coming up through the mulch, and just to be totally clear, this had 2 layers of cardboard to like block out the light, 4 to 5 inches of compost, and then actually like around 6 inches of mulch. Since last October, I thought that everything would be dead. Did you think everything would be dead down there?
Yeah.
Well said. But I thought everything would have been killed under there and this wouldn't have been an issue, but some of those like clovery species are pretty invasive, and so that wasn't the case. So what I would actually do is actually get a sod cutter. A sod cutter would let you like get up the actual like sheets of grass. It just has a blade that just goes down. Cut all that up, and then I would have done my lasagna method with like the cardboard and the compost and the mulch and stuff again in the future. So that's probably how I do it. How we've been seeding everything here anyway, just to get the ground built up, is just adding more compost and then seeding directly into that. Cold compost, that's really, really important. So it's got to be fully baked and cooled off, so you're not planting into something that's still active. So that's it. Really talky video with the bear in the background. And yeah, I mean, this is what we're doing in our free time these days, huh? Quarantine Life Victory Garden with the bear.
Stop
Look at this cute little boy. He is seriously the cutest. We're very...
Not biased.
We make pretty offspring. So again, this is very talky. Thanks so much for sticking around today. Check out one of these extra videos if you want to see things we've done in the past, but be sure to hit subscribe if you want to stick around for future videos, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.